televisión? Can y'all see there? Okay, we're gonna go ahead and get everything ready. I'll be right back. Hold on. So sorry we're running late, guys. We've had technical issues with internet today. But here we are. Okay, we're gonna go. Yeah, give me a little bit of each so I can do green and red. Okay, so our cookies should be dry already. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and we're going to start texturing them and getting them ready for our paint. Okay, so this one, as you can see, the white lines is just where I took my scribe and I followed the line that we piped. I just made it a little bit deeper all the way around. I just retraced all of those lines that we did. That's all I did. So that one's ready. Now we're going to do this one. And don't go in too deep because we don't want to crack our icing, but you do want to make the little indentation in there, okay? Don't add water to those, okay? Yeah, those are the ones for the holly. Okay, once you've traced your lines, I'm going to do 2 cookies with you guys tonight, and then I'll let you guys do the rest, okay? So our lines have been, those have been marked out again for us. Now we're just going to etch our wood, our grain. Just kind of just follow down, make little lines. They don't have to be all the same length. Can y'all see, or do I need to bring you guys in a little bit more? Can you zoom us in a little bit? Maybe I can do it. Fine? Okay. Hi, Faith. You working along with us, Faith? Or do you want me to wait? Okay, I'll wait a second. Let me know when you're ready, hon. Is that the right one I gave you?
Mm-hmm.
You can add a little bit of pink to it. It's okay, it doesn't have to be. Okay, just keep on making your little lines. Some of them are just drawing, the little knots. Okay, once we have our cookies all scratched. Faith, welcome to Periscope, hun. I feel so special. Am I your first scope? Can I have the brown? Awesome. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and darken certain spots with our brown gel paste. It can be whatever color. I do recommend the Americolors. I couldn't find mine, so I'm just gonna use the Hobby Lobby. That's perfectly fine. I'm just gonna put a little bit in my bow. And then I'm going to take my brush and just get a little bit of paint, of brown paint. Go ahead and get my, that was a lot. That's my Everclear. I use Everclear to make my edible paints. It evaporates, so you don't have to worry about it making anybody drunk. Intoxicate anybody. So I'm just going to go in. This is what I like to do. I trace my lines where my wood comes together. Oh, look, I forgot to scratch that one. I make my little knots. I do my nail holes. And every once in a while, just do a little line somewhere. Okay, that's ready. Now with a clean brush, I just, oh, wrong cup. I dip it into my vodka. And I go over it. If you feel like it needs a little bit more darkening, that's fine. Go ahead and redo your knots. Okay. Here's my wood grain cookie. I'm not sure, can you see it? Can you see the strokes of the wood grain? Let me do my other one. I think this one I'm gonna make my my scratches into my wood a little bit deeper. How you doing, Faith? Okay, I'll slow down. Just tell me, slow down, please. You okay? You remember the dog I told you I didn't want? Guess what? He's now living inside my house. My husband brought him in, gave him a bath, and he is inside the house. He actually came in last night. Yep. You know, he don't want to leave. I'm trying to get him to go outside, and he won't. He runs outside, does what he's got to do, and runs right back inside before I lock the door on him. That's why you never say never.
Right, Rusty?
On this cookie, I made some of my grooves a little bit deeper on it, okay? Just so that I can get more of the brown to settle inside. So that's what it looks like before we, You ready, hon? Yep, okay. I'll go over all my, seams on my wood first. And then I start brushing. Try to go all the same direction. If you feel it's too dark, go ahead and get some more vodka and brush it again to take off some of the paint. I love this one more.
Beautiful.
You see the texture in it? Can you see it? Yeah. Look, this is where I made the, made it deeper. I actually scraped into it deep enough to where I got that texture. The darker spots in the wood. Let's do one more. That way you can try it again. Here's it. Well, mine's shiny just because of the Everclear. Once it dries, it loses the shine. Once it's dry, it dulls back down, so you don't have to worry about it being shiny. Let me clean my lens because I feel like it's kind of, can you grab the napkin and rub it real quick? No, just the lens. Hold on. Cover your ears because it might sound a little bit loud. Is that a little bit better? Okay, same thing. Gonna follow our planks. Good. What's wrong with you, crazy? Can you put that in piping bags with tips for me? Leaf tip and brown tip. Thank you. We're having to redo our holly. I broke mine yesterday. Or this morning. I couldn't remember.
Shoved it in, though.
I'll show you when we're done the cupcakes we made today for tomorrow. Oh! You didn't see that.
You went a little too crazy.
Yeah. See what I say? Nice so hard? It's okay. It's got some rotten wood on it.
Termites got it.
Yep.
You leaving me, Rusty?
He's leaving. See, this one's I'm making them deep too. That way, like, we can get those dark spots in the wood, okay? Remember, they're rustic cookies. They don't have to be perfect. Watch the fingers, though. Otra vez. I'm being too rough.
Hey, buddy.
Faith is like all that work to get it all scratched up. Part of the game. Okie dokie. Okie dokie, big smoky. Again, I'm darkening the joints my wood comes together.
I think it's enough for you.
That's fine. It's just 3 cookies. Darkening the nail holes. That one apparently didn't have a nail hole. Darkening the my deepest lines that I can see. And the knots in the wood. And where you broke it. Okay. And back to our Everclear. I go over my joints first. And then I brush the whole thing. A little bit too dark, so I'm going to go over it again. Okay. See, nobody knows I broke it but you. All the rusticness was intentional. Okay. How's it going? You're done with your 3? Yep. Okay. So this is the first one we did. You pick where you want the wood grain. If you want the wood grain up and down when you do your reindeer, or you want it going across. How did we do it last time, sister? Across? Or we do it across? I'm going to do it this way. You can bring your deer down as low as you want. Just remember, we still need to put the horns on it. So my cookie's a little bit shorter. I'm going to bring him down so I have enough room to do my antlers. This is where you take your royal icing, the regular one, not the ones that have been thinned out. You kind of just get it smooth. I think this one needs to be thinned out just a little bit. We need it like toothpaste, guys. So I probably have to use the one that we use for, no, not for flooding. Flooding's too. let me see. This was too thick. Can I get a plate, sister? I'll show you what we needed at. We still need it thick enough to where it's not going to make a mess or firm enough. So we need it kind of like toothpaste. A little bit thicker than toothpaste. If you guys, most of you guys know, we need it like to look like buttercream. That's what we needed, buttercream. There we go. You see that? Nice and smooth. That's what we need. Okay. Take it with the offset spatula. And we're going to hold our stencil in place. And then with the offset spatula, we're just going to add our frosting. Just add it until you have the full coverage that you're looking for. Got it? You bring it straight up. And there it is. Gonna let her sit for a tiny bit. If you have raised edges, all you need is a wet paintbrush. Clean paintbrush that's wet. You don't need that much water on it. And we'll bring them in and pat them down. Try not to touch the cookie when you're doing this, just the icing, because then you'll lift up some of the brown. Don't worry too much about the bottom, because this is where we're going to put our holly at, okay? Okay. So that's that. We're going to let that dry. We're going to move on to our next one. Oh, my goodness. Just spilled that. I'm just going to clean it. Going to do our next one. How's it going, Faith? It's going? You want me to slow down? No? Okay. I got a little bit of brown. I'm just going to use my scribe and take off that brown. Because we don't want any brown on our reindeer. Go ahead. Get your icing again. Hold down your cookie stencil firm. We're going to press and bring out. Uh-oh. Don't press too hard because look at what I did. Okay. So again, we're lifting straight up. And then we're cleaning with our water. We're fixing it with our water. That one right there was kind of, there's a little dip. So what I did was wet my brush, stick it in my or my Franken frosting, and brought some frosting to my deer where I needed it. Okay. So there's that one. One more. So I clean off my stencil again. You have this one for the horns? Get this one. I'm almost done. I just need one more.
Yeah, just do it. Okay.
Okay, last cookie. This is my favorite cookie. I don't want to cover too much of the rustic. Probably this way. Yep, perfecto. Okay. Hold it down firm. And then bring down your icing. Nope, I got a little bit of brown on that one. Bring it straight up. No, I got it. And we're done. Let me fix it. So I got a little bit of icing to cover up and fill in. I dip it in a little bit of water just so it helps thin it out. I'm going to bring those edges in to help me cover up a little bit of that brown that I got on there. Still holding on, Faith? Okay, so I'm done with that. Now I'm going to go ahead and pipe my holly on there because, like I said, I messed up the other one. I'm going to let that one dry for a little bit. I'm going to do the one that we did first. Remember, when you're piping holly, your points have to be up and down. Then you build, wiggle, 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 release pressure, and pull out. So that's the holly, my holly leaf. Now we're going to make our holly. Pressure, 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 release, swirl it. So there's one holly ball. Let's move on. Oh, that was an ugly one. Let's see if we can fix that. Let's fold it in. Ha, there we go. I fixed it. Yeah. No, just use a little bit of the frosting, of the icing. Okay. Circle it. This one's thick enough that I can go ahead and pipe all of my berries. Here we go. Now this one's just ready for the horns. And my sister's going to show you how to do the horns because I have no idea. That's her job. She does all the fine detail.
Beautiful.
Almost done. How's it going? Were you able to get your holly off of the board? And you can just drop it into place while your icing is still wet.
Yes, she did.
Alrighty. You go, girl. What are you looking at, doggy? He's waiting for me to drop something. We dropped sprinkles earlier and he was quick to pick them up. Remember, odd numbers looks better. There we go. Now, oops, I will let my sister show you how to do the horns. She's going to do the horns and then she's going to be painting it for you, okay? I'm stepping away, guys. Take it away, sister.
Hi guys. Okay, so now for the horns, what I usually do is I start from the center, from the bottom, and just create one line. So it'll be just the main base,
The main antler.
main antler. So I'll stay here. Ooh. Okay.
And this is with the smallest tip,
Yes,
with
so
tip number 2.
And you could just create it as you want to. If it breaks, that's fine, because then we'll go in with the brush and smooth it out. So we're just going to freehand it, and you could be as creative as you want, make it as detailed as you want. It's just up to you.
Just remember, leave enough space to put both of them in.
Yes. So then we'll start with the other one.
Okay, we'll wait. She'll finish this one and then you can catch up on the other ones, okay? Go ahead and finish this one. She's going to get her icing in her bag.
Okay.
Can you please stop walking around? We're trying to do a class here. Oh, noise. Right now, all she's doing is, again, that same brush that we used dipped in water to smooth the edges around the reindeer. That's the exact same brush and method she's doing with the horns.
See how we had that broken spot there? So now we'll just smooth it out. Make sure your brush is just damp and doesn't have a lot of water. Just a little damp.
Wet it and then dab it on a napkin to get all the excess water out. Then what do you do where the horns connect to the head, sister?
We're going to smooth that out in a minute. We're just going to smooth all the edges so we, you know how we connect it and it has the little
The seams?
seams. So we're going to just smooth those seams out. And have, so it gives us one smooth continuous line.
So it looks like the horns come in right out of the head and not off of the head.
Yes. And then we're just going to smooth it out. Just blend it in into the head. Just make sure it is, your brush is just damp, not too much water. And that's it.
Can you pick it up and show it to them the way it looks?
Hold on, let me finish the other antler. I'm just gonna smooth it out.
Get away from the presents. Thank you. Good. Ooh.
So at this point, if you have some thicker spots and some thinner spots, you can even them out. And make it all one.
Seamless antler.
Okay, you see? Can you see?
Right there. Beautiful.
So there it is. And now you can't tell where it's. You added that later on after it dried.
Let us know when you're ready, hon.
So at that point, we let that dry. And then we'll continue with the next one.
Hold on, we're waiting on Miss Faith.
Ready, Miss Faith?
Ready.
Okay. So remember, we'll start with the main antler. So we're just going to freehand it until you can, like I said, you could be as simple or as detailed as you want, wherever you feel like it. So we'll just start at the base, squeeze, and then we'll drag it, and then you can curve if you want to.
Remember, when you're piping, you're going to set it down. You're going to anchor your icing, lift, swiggle it to wherever you want, and then when you get to your spot, you got to anchor it again.
Okay.
Can you move a little bit this way? Right there.
Okay, and then we'll do with the next one. Again, the base, squeeze, and then we'll just drag it. Like I say, if you don't worry if you could see those little knots when you connect them, because you always go back with your paintbrush and just damp it a little bit. If you have too much water, just dab it on the napkin, and then we'll go ahead and start smoothing all the ends, all the joints. So we get just one small smooth. And if you feel like it's thicker on one side and thinner on the other side, you could always smooth the frosting around. And then if you have those little lifts, you could always go back and just dab them with the damp paintbrush, and it smooths them back in. So that'll give you just one smooth, same texture surface all the way around. Okay. Do the next one. Same thing.
What are you doing?
I have a little spot that needs a little more, so we're just gonna put a little bit of frosting on the tip of my brush, and we'll just drop it where we want it. And then with the brush, we'll go ahead and mold it to the shape that you want.
How you doing, hun? Get away from my lemons. So we can go on to our third cookie. Watch it with the Holly.
Okay. So same thing with the third cookie. Squeeze and pull.
Don't cover up too much of my rusticness. That's a good thing of making rustic cookies. They don't never know if it was intentional or if it was an accident.
I think he wants to go outside.
You think? Let me go look. You want to go outside, baby? Come on, let's go. Just wandering around.
Okay, like I said, it doesn't have to look perfect once you pipe it on there, because that's why we have our magic tool, which is the paintbrush, the damp paintbrush with a little bit of water, and that will help us smooth everything out. So it looks like it was just, did nobody ever know you piped everything in sections. Dab it. Okay, so okay, Miss Faith, how are you doing? Do you have any questions? Good. Okay. And then with these, we just finish and let them kind of dry off a little bit, crust a little bit, and then we'll do the other fun part, and then we'll get to paint just our antlers.
Rusty? Rusty? Nobody told you to be barking at the cats. You got attacked by the cat.
Those cats are bullies here. You have to watch out.
Bless you.
Okay. And I'll let you. You want to do the painting?
No, you do the painting. I can't follow a straight line to save my life.
Okay, so now we're gonna do the painting. And the painting,
The one that you did, the first cookie that you did should have already started to crust. So that's the one we're going to start with.
okay. And then to tell them about the Roku.
The paint, all it is a mixture of Rokum Gold and Everclear. Or you can do Rokum and lemon extract. There's no set amount. You just need to get it to where it's thick enough that it paints, but not too thick to where it's still a big old glump. So show them what it looks like once it's...
Just mix it.
And only mix a little bit at a time, because remember, all of that lemon extract or all of that Everclear, it evaporates. So you need a fine brush, paintbrush, to do the painting. You ready for some paint, Faith? Or do we need to wait a little bit? Yes? Ready? Okay.
Okay, we're going to go ahead and paint. You can start wherever you want. And just going to be a fine brush.
So we're just painting the antlers. That's all
Just
we're
the
painting.
Antlers. We're going to give them gold antlers.
He's over there messing with change.
We're going to keep our back white and just give them gold antlers.
No, sir. Get off the bed. Right here.
And then we'll just stop where they meet the head. That's it.
Pick it up. Pick it up. Beautiful.
So that's what it looks like. So we'll let that one dry. And we'll move on to our second one. We'll do the same thing. Drag.
Jumped on the bed. She's laying down on Jade's feet.
You want to get up? Okay.
These dry pretty quick because they're Everclear, so or
Yeah.
lemon extract. The drying time on them is not that long.
No, they dry it pretty instantly. So then we'll do our third one, and then we could go back to our first one and do our snow. Okay. And just make sure we get all the sides, the point. Okay. Okay, and so that one's that, and we can let it dry. And now comes the other fun part. Do you want to do that, or you still want me to do it?
You do it.
Okay.
We're gonna make it snow.
Yes, it can snow. So we're gonna get our
Nonpareils.
nonpareils, so the miniature ones. We're gonna do, and we're also gonna grab some of our white frosting.
And she's gonna thin it out to flooding consistency. Remember honey? She's gonna make it look like honey.
We just need a little. We don't need that much. Get my.
You ready to move on, Faith? Yes. Are you working with us or did you give up? You better have not given up, Faith.
No, good job.
Okay.
Okay, so this one is just wherever you want the snow to be on, and usually we just do it on our antlers. So I grabbed some on the brush that we used earlier to smooth our edges out, and so I'll just grab the frosting and we'll just do it like I do it on the top, like where the snow will collect, and just do it there. And that's where it's going to help our nonpareil stick to our antlers. And we're just going to do it again on the other one. It doesn't have to be very much.
So just on the top, like
just in the
snow
top,
would normally
yeah.
fall?
But no, we're not really collecting the little groups there. That's up to you where you want it. How much snow and how much you want. How little and how little. And I believe a little goes a long way. So do that. Okay, so that's all wet. I grab a bowl and then we'll just dump our nonpareils on there. And then shake it. All the excess falls out. And if you want to, you can just dab, make sure so they stick.
Sometimes you can get some of your nonpareils stuck in the nail holes. Just pop them out with your scribe. It'll be good. And look at that.
Oopsie, that's how it is. And there you go. Let's now on the antlers. Okay. So we'll just move on. Put that one
Easy
aside.
peasy.
Yep.
I know you're gonna kill your daughter's cookies, Faye.
And same thing. We'll repeat the same process with our other one. So just pick where you want to put them. And we'll put our icing on there. Just make sure it's enough for them to stick to it. Okay. And same thing. Get our bow so we can catch all our extra nonpareils. And then we'll just sprinkle them all over. Wait a minute, and then we'll dump them off, shake it off. Just get a little skewer and scribe and just make sure we take up all the other ones that get stuck on the little grooves. Okay. And just make sure you push them in just a little bit. There we go again. Okay. And then we'll repeat the same thing all over again with our third cookie.
Third and final cookie.
Okay. So make sure we stir our glue. If your glue starts getting, if your icing starts getting a little dry, remember just dab your brush with some water and thin it out again. Okay, Ms. Faith, do you have any questions so far regarding anything? Okay, yeah. All right, handy bow. Okay, just take your time. Let it bake. Okay, and there we go.
You put them all on a clean napkin, line them up. Más para arriba.
Okay, so this time we're all done. This is our 3 cookies. That we have finished. That's our final product.
all done, guys. I think this one's my favorite. It looks really, really worn and rustic. And it's got termite holes in it and everything else. Looks good. I bet yours looks great.
Send us a picture.
Make sure you send us a picture so we can see how awesome you did. Any questions? Sure it does. Any questions? Need me to go over anything in particular? Anything I missed that you wanted to know? No? Alright then. This concludes our class. I will get the link up on YouTube as soon as I can. Hopefully the internet holds. You think you got it? That's great. Hopefully the internet holds so I can upload. Not tonight. Okay. Definitely not tomorrow. But I will have it up probably before Tuesday. If you need anything before then, feel free to call me. If you don't have my number, my phone number is 832-433-4678. You can call us, text us, email us, whatever you want, and we will help you with whatever we can.
Periscope us.
Yeah, whatever. All right, guys. Have a good night. Thank you so much for buying our class. And this is our last class of the year and forever, I think. We'll see how long that forever lasts. How long we can stay away from baking. Thank you so much, guys. Love y'all. Bye.
Bye.
You turn off?